Pilipinas.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. As the dawn breaks and the begins, we gather here, young ballers with dreams within. In this basketball league, we come together as a team to play with passion, sportsmanship, and gleam. With grateful hearts, we start this day to grow stronger, learn, and play. Let us bow our heads, close our eyes, and unite for a moment of prayer to shine with all our might.
Dear Lord, we thank you for being so bright. Bless our team with courage and might. Grant us strength to overcome any challenges we face. Show respect for opponents in every place. Guide our footsteps as we dribble and shoot. May our passes be accurate, our layups acute. Teach us the value of teamwork and trust. So together, we conquer turning moments into gold dust. Grant us patience to learn from our mistakes, to persevere and improve what fill our with kindness and fair. On this cause, let compassion lead the way.
Give us wisdom to make the right decisions, to show good sportsmanship and always have vision of greatness not just for ourselves but as a team. In victory or defeat, let respect be our team. May our coaches inspire and teach us well to embrace challenges and stories to tell. Let friendship bloom among us, strong and true as we dribble through life with the dreams anew.
Lord, bless our league, coaches, and families dear, with safety, joy, and the memorable year. May the love for the game forever ignite and fill our mornings with laughter and delight. As we open our eyes, we're ready to soar, with spirits lifted and passion at our core. Let this morning prayer set the tone for the day. As we rise and shine, young ballers, let's play. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
We welcome you back to another Hot Shot Saturday 9-game slate of the country's premier basketball league, live from the pilgrimage capital of the Philippines, Antipolo City. For our first game, it's for the 14-under tournament of the North Division, where one of the top teams of the division would try to extend their winning streak against a middle carder who would want to bounce back from a recent painful loss. This, as we bring you the live coverage of the games of the Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. So we begin our day with 3 matchups with Malabon and Mindoro. Later this afternoon, the hometown Antipolo Titans will go up against Marikina, and we'll finish our day with Quezon City going up against Mandaluyong. Isang magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I'm MNDR. Kasama muli, Coach Mark Dandan. Hatid sa inyo ang morning games natin for our Junior MPBL this Saturday mula dito sa Ynares Center in Antipolo. Na Coach Mark, last few games in the elimination round becoming more important for these teams.
No, especially the ones in the middle of the pack, di ba? Gusto mo na separation as you make it to the top. Ayaw mo mapunta dun sa play-in natin, tinatawag.
And syempre, play-in, we have a look at our team standings to see ano ba yung mga implications na meron dito sa ating mga matchups. As mentioned earlier, no, Mindoro closer to the top of the standings at 6-2, so they would want to stay there. But as you mentioned nga, Coach Mark, for Malabon, still in that play-in spot, and they would like to kind of move out of that para mas medyo may sure na playoff spot.
Of course, ayaw mo mapunta sa matchup na you'll have to go against the top teams of the division. So you want to put yourself in a better position to be more successful moving into the playoffs.
And unfortunately nga dito sa Malabon, their previous game after a 3-game win streak was a loss against Pampanga. And what's a painful one, just a 1-point loss. Would have gone either way, pero nga, fell short against Pampanga.
Of course, breaks of the game na talaga mangyayari dun if you lose by 1 point. But it doesn't help that they give up 59 rebounds to Pampanga compared to only 41 for you. And especially the points in the paint and the second chance points, a big difference. Probably yun yung pinakamalaking break ng Pampanga in that game, getting that 1-point win.
Dito naman tayo sa kabila for Mindoro, continuing their winning streak. Kaya nga sila ang isa sa mga top teams natin sa ating standings, winning against the QC Junior Giants.
Of course, the points in the paint, the biggest difference there if you're looking at, as well as bench points. QC giving up a lot to Mindoro. 50 points in the paint is way too much, and that is the strength of this Mindoro team, getting their points in the paint. They're actually number 1 in the tournament in points in the paint at almost 54 points. So almost their average there in that win against QC.
And that's something to really look out for if you are Mindoro, to try to extend that win streak nga. But of course, a couple of players that we want to take a closer look at dito sa ating game this morning. And this is for Paul Navera and John Carl Canapi. Navera para sa Malabon, and ito naman si Canapi, the second leading scorer of this 14-under division para sa Mindoro.
Well, Navera is the leading scorer for Malabon, but to get a W today, he's going to need a lot of support from his other teammates. You're looking at Canapi on the other end for Mindoro, 25 points per game. As you said, number 2 in our league, in their division, 14 under. That's a big number to have, especially at this age level.
Very excited to see these two match up dito sa ating first game of 9 this morning. And wag na nating patagalin pa. Punta na tayo sa ating venue announcer for our starting lineups.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ynares Center, Antipolo City. Here we go for the first match of Apex 88, Gaming 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Inaugural Season. It's time for your Malabon Fisher Mall 14 under and Mindoro Design Foundation 14 under. Introducing first the starters of Malabon Fisher Mall 14 under. Playing point guard number 5, Marvin Reigns Messina. His center number 7, Ranby McKinley Sakuraga. Shooting guard number 9, Duke Andrew Santos. His guard number 16, Cyrus Alexander Miguel Viñas. Also at guard number 77, Andres Garcia. The head coach of Malabon Fisher Mall 14 under, Coach Froylan Bagyon. Assistant coach Jerry Doctor. And now, presenting the starters of the Mindoro Design Foundation Junior Disciplinados 14 under. His shooting guard number 3, Liadel Hilot. Playing power forward number 6, Prince Cabog. Shooting guard number 18, Jermaine de la Trinidad. Center number 44, Asi Alvarez. Small forward number 73, Jillian Santos. The head coach of Mindoro Design Foundation Junior Disciplinados 14 under, Coach Eugene Ocampo. Assistant coach Kim Gonzalez. Team manager Jason Olivares. The game's official at this match, crew chief Bon Rancho, Ronaldo Badango, and Angelo Duro. This is Junior MPBL, a liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Our mornings. Thank you for joining us and waking up early for this matchup and the exciting matchup at that. Starting lineup muna tayo for both squads. For Malabon Fisher Mall, we have Messina, Sarcauga, Santos, Viñas, and Garcia. Samantala naman for Mindoro, we have Hilot, Cabog, Trinidad, Alvarez, Asi Alvarez, and Santos to close out their 5. Interesting dito, Coach Mark, yung dalawang players na hinighlight na sa marquee matchup, Navera and Canapi, not starting for their teams.
Well, of course, the coaches are trying to figure out different rotations for their lineups. And then, on the other end, gusto mo magbalasa ng konti para maiba naman sa scouting report nung kalaban mo para hindi ka mabasa ng mas maaga.
Yeah, we've seen this strategy nga for a lot of teams. Still Mindoro scores our first 2 points of this ball game, pero bawi din naman kaagad sa kabila. That was Santos getting the first 2 for Malabon Fisher Mall. So tied at 2, the beginning of this ball game. It's a steal from Santos. Another basket para sa Malabon. So yung Malabon starting strong and definitely something you need to do against this top team in Mindoro.
We saw that the strategy from earlier teams, not starting your key players, kind of backfired for, I think that was Pampanga. We talked about Joshua Pangilinan. He came off the bench and kind of struggled the first 3 quarters of the game. He really didn't find this rhythm until the 4th quarter. So we'll see if the same thing happens dito sa Mindoro without Canapi in the starting 5.
Yeah, I guess some pros and cons nga by having your key players maybe see the action at first, no? Makita kung ano yung flow ng game, maybe what the other team is trying to do and exploit that once you are in the ball game. Pero yung rhythm might be affected, as you said, Coach Mark.
Lalo na mga medyo bata pa itong mga players natin. We're in the 14 under division. No, these guys, they only know how to play one way, and that is very hard. So rhythm-wise, medyo maninibago ka. Lalo na pag sanay ka ng maraming minutes, agad-agad. Diba? Hanapin mo pa yung laro mo. You find how to play with your current lineup of teammates. Lalo na yung, if you're off the bench, you're playing with guys who are coming off the bench as well. Probably not the guys you're used to playing with a lot.
As we saw De La Trinidad getting our first three-pointer of this ball game. Sarsauga will miss on that jumper. Attacking the hoop strong but blocked inside. Gets the ball back is Cabog. Kuha niya ulit ang bola. Just 8 to shoot here for the blue shirts. Hilot will attack. Hangs in the air, will miss. Gets another opportunity. Put back is good. No surprise. No sir. As 7-4. Hindi ko rinig sarili ko. Back-to-back baskets para kay Prince Cabog. Make that 6 straight para dito sa Mindoro. And they are ahead 13-4 against Malabon. Great start here para sa Mindoro Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine.
The Mindoro Decena Foundation has been on a roll recently. Gawa ng sunod-sunod ng kanilang panalo. Kabilang na nga ang paggulat nila sa atin last game matapos nilang talunin ng isa sa pinakamalakas na team sa North Division. Pero mukhang hindi papayag ang Malabon Fisher Mall na matalo sila ngayong araw dahil naudot nga ang kanilang winning streak at kasi dito silang makabawi from that. This is our first game this morning mga kaliga. Kaya naman maraming salamat sa aming partner ang Apex Gaming 88 for bringing out the sheer fun in gaming dahil pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit lamang ang iyong phone. Elevate your game only with Apex Gaming 88. Gaming is for 21 above only and parental supervision is advised. Balik sa inyo, Jaime and Coach Mark.
And off that timeout, Mav Messina hitting that three-pointer para sa Malabon, cutting this lead down to 6, 13-7. Yeah, Messina was one of their top performers in their previous game. Almost hit the what could have been the game winner against Pampanga. So I know, alam mo naman tong Malabon talaga, they have it in them. They are off. Naputol yung kanilang 3-game win streak as mentioned by our Flo kanina. And Messina is really one of their key weapons dun sa Pampanga. And their close, painful victory. Si Alvarez scores on the other side dito para sa Mindoro. Kausap ko nga to si Mav Messina prior the game and I was asking him about yung game winner niya nga sana after that miss from outside which would have given them the victory. Kung naapektuhan ba siya na nagminti siya dun sa tira na yun. And sabi niya, hindi naman daw, next game mentality and hindi naman daw siya bothered. So they would still try to defeat another top team here in Mindoro. Sa kakasabi lang natin, Messina. Right on cue, hitting that three-pointer earlier and giving us our first and one of this small game. power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Navera, the unselfishness. Knowing that Messina, kailangan din nilang i-enable itong batang to for them to have a chance. Cutting this lead again to 5. So after leading by 4-2, itong Malabon, Mindoro with those string of layups of those steals. So Cabog and Hilot. Naka-responde naman dito ang Malabon. Cutting this lead to 5. Still no kanapi para dito sa Mindoro at the moment. Open for 3. That would miss. Navera with the board. He will run the break. Against everyone. His layup will miss. Nice aggressive move mula dito sa batang to. He is the leading scorer for Malabon as one of the players that we were highlighting kanina. As Navera scores on that layup of that outlet pass from Messina. Now just a 3-point lead for Mindoro. Almost another turnover dito for the junior disciplinados, but they would keep it for a baseline inbound. Ito na nga, pinasok na si John Carl Canapi para sa Mindoro. Let's see if he will be able to heat up agad-agad. Short on his 3-pointer. You know, itong si Canapi is hitting 2 3-pointers per game on average and attempting 8. So you know he's not shy. He is second in scoring for a reason. 25 points per game nga itong batang to. Messina tries again from outside. Make that 2 3-pointers now for Mav Messina. So mukhang seryoso siya when he says na hindi siya naapektuhan nung mintis na yon sa 3-pointer in that game against Pampanga. Tying this ball game now at 15 apiece. So after Mindoro led by as high as 6 the beginning of this 9 at the beginning of this ball game where Malabon had to call that timeout. Lamang na nga sila dito, 17-15 now. So this is an 11-0 run by 11-2 run rather by Malabon, taking the lead after that 4-2 advantage kanina. Nakasagot sila dito sa run ng Mindoro. Itong Mindoro naman ang medyo inaalat. We'll see if Canapi has something to say about that. They go to Canapi. Nice pass inside. Underneath will be fouled. This is John Dre Dionson para sa Mindoro. His first 2 free throw attempts. So look at this crowd. Early this morning, so kita mo naman, no, kahit na weekend, di nauubusan dito ng supporters ang both teams. Really nice to see friends, family, making sure that they come dito sa all the way to Ynares Center sa Antipolo to support their players. Just a minute and 14 remaining in our first quarter. High scoring affair for both teams. Dionson would have another opportunity to get this free throw to go. Takes advantage and gets that free throw, cutting this lead down to 1. Go to Messina once again against Canapi. Tapped outside. Still recover, but matagal pa, 15 seconds to shoot for the white shirts. Pass to the middle. Nice attack coming from Prince Perucho, their team captain. A nice play drawn up there from the sidelines. Navera finding the cutting Perucho in that instance. After a slow start dito para sa Malabon, timeout called by Coach Froilan Bagyon, and then yun nga, yung mensahe, umabot kaagad dito sa mga bata. Taking the lead back from Mindoro. charity split for Malabon, 18-16. Still a 2-point lead para dito sa Malabon Fisher Mall. Last 48 seconds of this first as Canapi comes up with a steal. Attacking the hoop. Still can't buy a basket. Si John Carl Canapi. Messina breaks 2 defenders. Drops it off. Perucho once again. The bang and the bucket. That will count para kay Perucho. Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Talaga naman tong si Perucho showing us that he can finish despite the contact. Nice find there by Messina. No? After threatening dahil 9 points na nga itong si Messina for Malabon. Yung threat na yon, he was able to drop it off kay Perucho for that basket as Canapi gets his first 2. Last shot time para sa Malabon if they wish to. Mesita pulls it back. Coach Froilan signaling that they can opt for the last shot. Navera will call for that. Unfortunately, is fouled by Canapi. Penalty na rito ang Mindoro. That would mean 2 shots para dito kay Navera. Not a good foul if you are Canapi. Giving up 2 freebies. Dahil Navera was just trying to look at the clock and timing his move. Nabigyan mo pa nga ng free shots. First one goes para kay Navera. Kausap ko nga to si Navera kanina and he was telling me that they had a practice yesterday kung saan talagang binuhos daw nila yung kanilang effort in preparation for this ball game. That's really showing how important this game is para sa Malabon. As time will run out for Mindoro, they will trail the first quarter by 5, 23-18. Back with the second quarter in just a bit. Samantala, punta muna natin ang ating Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. That is Navera with that pass underneath. Beautiful basket para sa Malabon. And isa nga sa mga rason kung bakit lamang sila dito ng 5.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine.
Sound check. Mic
4,
check.
5, 6.
Okay, nagkakarinigan. Okay.
So we resume our second quarter from the Ynares Center in Antipolo City. The first of 9 games na meron tayo ngayong araw and the first of 3 matchups. The 14 under division of Mindoro and Malabon. So immediately after, may 16 under tayo and an 18 under naman. A 5-point lead here para sa Malabon at the end of the first. They did trail by as much as 9. Pero inalat itong Mindoro. Samantalang Malabon, the backs of Messina and Navera were able to recover and now has the lead by 5, 23-18.
And quite the start by Malabon here. Strong start, especially led by Messina, as you said, Jaime. Now, it will take a lot from Mindoro. They're starting very slow. Medyo petiks-petiks pa nung umpisa. Baka inaantok na konti. They have to find their footing now in the second quarter.
Floater inside will miss. Adi Alvarez, first time in the ball game. Kanyang twin brother, Asi Alvarez, was the starter here para sa Mindoro. It's always nice to see brothers playing in the same team. And very interesting names as well, no? Asi and Adi. Yung Asi medyo gets ko pa kung saan kinuha. Likely their father fan of the Phil Tongan, Asi Taulava.
The Rock.
The Rock. Gulat lang ako, hindi siya blonde, no? Hindi nagpakulay ng buhok itong
Baka bawal pa.
si Alvarez. As this is Bagyon getting clipped on that jumper. Going to the line once again is Malabon Fisher Mall. Balasa ulit dito ang Mindoro. So Hilot and Kanapi pinagsabay na first time in this ball game. So Kanapi nga we were mentioning earlier that didn't start this ball game. It was Hilot, their number 2 scorer. Itong si Kanapi naman is number 2 in the league sa 14 under division sa ating North. As Hilot will miss on that floater inside. Rebound in traffic. So foul will be called. Great composure there para kay Jared Ferreros. Two team fouls early dito para sa Mindoro. They did hit the penalty in the first quarter. Mindoro trying to set up a trap as Bagyon will lose it. Turnover, another opportunity para sa Mindoro may baba ang kalamangan.
Well, they're lacking the production of Kanapi, obviously. Medyo nahihirapan pa. Again, we talked about the loss of rhythm nitong si Kanapi because he checked in kind of late in the first quarter. Talagang nangangapa pa siya dito. Wala pa yung production expected from him.
Sabi mo nga, yung rhythm, no, by not starting this ball game, taking a bit of time. As we say that, Kanapi gets his second field goal of this ball game and they need more of that dahil itong Malabon came to play. Meantime, punta muna tayo sa ating courtside reporter for a report. Go ahead, Flo.
Nabanggit ni Zion Aguilar ng Malabon na dahil nga nagsunod-sunod ang kanilang panalo, nagkaroon ng room for complacency ang koponan dahilan kung bakit nawalan sila ng aggressiveness sa trap defense at natalo last game. Despite that, he wants to remind us that they are Bagyon basketball sports development standouts at hindi sila magpapadala basta-basta sa kalaban. Hi, men, Coach Mark.
25-22. Malabon still holding a 3-point lead over Mindoro. This is the start that Malabon is looking for, putting themselves in a position nga to steal a victory against this top team in Mindoro. Sa timeout muna dito ang Mindoro. They are trailing this game by 3. We'll be back with more junior MPBL.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Antipolo City, bringing you our live action of the Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Hi, Meme, there kasama pa rin si Coach Mark Dandan. Tightly contested ball game, and yun naman talaga na-expect natin dito, Coach Mark, dahil last few games for both teams and they would want to end on a high note. Ayan, yung makakalaban nga ng ating top 2 teams would be the winners, yung makakalusot sa ating play-in tournament. Yun naman ang kagandahan natin dito sa Junior MPBL, no? That there is a play-in. So only one team would be eliminated. from the 11 teams na meron tayo for both divisions. So the winner, the 9th and 10th place team at the end of the elimination round will figure in a matchup. Winner will take on the loser naman of the matchup between 7 and 8. So yun yung magiging nating final seeding.
That should be fun pagdating ng playoffs. Talagang yung mga matchups natin dun, very unpredictable. Kasi if you're looking at itong Malabon, they might not have a good record on paper. They're only at 3-4. Pero yung mga tinalo nila, you have guys at the top like Manila and our number 1 team, Antipolo. Hindi mo talaga masasabi, lalo dito sa 14 under natin.
Sinasabi nila sa basketball na bilog ang bola. But if it's only the standings that you would look at, one may think that Mindoro has the distinct advantage between these two teams. But just looking at this ball game alone, though we are tied at 26, Malabon did sit on the driver's seat for most of this ball game already.
And one curious thing dito sa Malabon, Jaime, we talked about itong si Navera for them as their leading scorer. But you look at Messina, he's actually averaging almost 25 points per game. Pero ang problema is only played 3 games. Kaya hindi nag-register dun sa stats board natin. He hasn't met the minimum to be one of the leaders statistically. But in the games that he has played, those were the W's of of Malabon. So, that's a big factor for them in this game. They have that monster scorer, Panapat kay Kanapi. So we'll see. That's why our game is close this way. Kasi, medyo nag-match yung mga scorers itong both teams.
Floater, another basket dito para kay Adi Alvarez. So playing a lot better than his brother so far. Hindi ko sure kung meron silang usapan, no? As si Kanapi, ito na nga, umiinit na. Getting that power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the junior MPBL. Kanapi so far has 6 points, chance to make it 7 from the line. Finding himself all alone. Defense late to recover. That was Duenas giving up that foul for Malabon. Kaso hindi mo na talaga mapipigilan tong si Kanapi. One of the best field goal shooting guards din na meron tayo dito sa 14 under tournament.
Oh, well, not only can he score, looking at the statistics, he also can rebound. He's averaging 7 rebounds per game. Also almost 3 assists and 3 steals. So all-around player ito si Kanapi for Mindoro. He really has to get going. Especially na medyo may kamatch siya dito sa Malabon and Messina.
Kausap ko nga ito si John Carl Kanapi before the game. I was asking him, ensayo ka ba by yourself? Dahil yung scoring niya, yun nga, all-around player siya. Sabi niya, nagpa-plyometrics daw siya.
Wow.
When nanonood lang daw siya sa YouTube, mga materials that he can copy. And got me thinking, baka pwede rin tayo mag-plyometrics.
Baka kailanganin natin ng mga 1 hour na warm-up muna bago tayo mag-plyo.
To the reverse goes, that is Arjan Gatchalian for Mindoro. And don't look now, 5-point lead for Mindoro after trailing by 5 at the end of the first.
Mindoro doing a great job with their full court press, forcing a lot of turnovers dito from Malabon. And Malabon, to their credit, they've kept it up offensively. But the challenge now, at mukhang kailangan maglaro ng almost 40 minutes nitong si Messina and si Navera because the second unit hasn't gotten it done for them. A bunch of turnovers, as we said, na kinapitalize naman itong Mindoro.
We see Bagyon to the line. Penalty na nga rito ang Mindoro. So I guess that's one thing working here para sa Malabon that they can take advantage of. Just one team foul para sa kanila. Samantarang Mindoro would, Malabon would get free throws for any Mindoro foul at the last 3 and 45 of this ball game. They go to Kanapi once again, spinning in the lane. Missing on that turnaround, but right there is Adi Alvarez for the putback.
Rebounding has been a challenge para sa Malabon. They're probably one of the teams who are almost dead last in rebounding here in our 14 under tournament. And it's really showing, giving up a lot of second chance points for Mindoro.
Adi Alvarez extends his lead now to 37-29.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Back with the second quarter of action. Mula dito pa rin sa Ynares Center in Antipolo. Matchup ng Mindoro at Malabon in the 14 under division. After leading by 5 at the end of the first quarter, itong Malabon, Mindoro finding their offense, outscoring itong Malabon Fisher Mall by 13, 19-6 in the second quarter, building this 8-point advantage.
And another turnover for Malabon. That Mindoro press has been doing wonders for them and has been a nightmare for Coach Froilan Bagyon and the rest of this Malabon team. Again, you know, itong napawisan na itong si Canapi and the Alvarez, the core of this Mindoro team. Hindi pa natin nakikita yung second leading scorer nila, si Hilot, who's also actually number 4 in our league in scoring. So, 2 of the top 4 scorers in the 14 under tournament are here for Mindoro at hindi pa sila gumagawa masyado sa lagay na yan.
Ganun din kalalim itong Mindoro, no? Sabi mo nga, dun sa game nila that they won previously, yung bench points nila was ridiculous, like close to 50 points in that matchup against Quezon City. So, despite, you know, their top 2 scorers of Hilot and Canapi, I'm sure meron din pa mga double-digit scorers dito for Mindoro, allowing them to, you know, rely on others despite 20-plus points from Canapi and Hilot alone.
No, if you're looking at their offensive statistics dito sa liga natin, they're number 2 in overall points per game at almost 82 points per game. Now, for a 14 under team, that is a lot kasi in between Canapi and Hilot, that's almost 50 points agad. Diba? And some of our teams here in the 14 under division are only averaging a little over 50 points. So those 2 guys pa lang are almost equal to some of the teams in terms of scoring production. Doon pa lang ang bigat ng kalaban nitong Mindoro.
Let me pick your brain a bit, Coach Mark, no? Okay, coming in, if you are Malabon, knowing that there are 2 legitimate scorers dito sa Mindoro in Canapi and Hilot, as we mentioned, top 2 and top 4 respectively, would you, ano yung game plan mo coming in? Is it kind of shutting down one and then hayaan mo na lang yung isa? Or, you know, how do you go about a team that has those 2 scorers na pwede ka talagang parusahan?
I'm sure itong si Coach Froilan Bagyon, and you know, he's one of the legends from the National University Bulldogs back in the early 2000s, and he's played all over Asia, not just in the Philippines, and he's also coached in Thailand, as far as I remember. I'm sure he has prepared his team very well to counter itong scorers ng Mindoro. He's probably devised his defensive game plan around stopping those 2 players. And so far, so good. Yun nga lang, yung ibang players naman ng Mindoro are doing damage as well. Medyo nabigyan pansin yung 2 scorer, nakalimutan yung 3.
Adi Alvarez in particular has been picking it up in offense para dito sa Mindoro. As ito rin, Cabog actually, one of the players that had a great first quarter. 4 points so far para sa kanya. So sometimes, yun nga, baka over-focus in the 2 players na hindi mo naman masisi dahil syempre.
25 points per game ba naman halos pareho. Tututukan mo talaga.
Tututukan mo talaga. And maybe even the players, you know, Coach Eugene naman on the other end, coming in, talagang tututukan itong si Leodil and itong si John Canapi. That is the opportunity for you to maybe mapabayaan ka and making yourself available and get some points up for your team. There's another foul given up here by Mindoro, and that would mean free throws para dito kay Messina.
You know, this could have been a bigger lead for Mindoro because they do have the advantage in terms of turnovers. They only have 5 turnovers and forcing 12 para dito sa Malabon. But they're giving up a lot more free throws para sa Malabon. And they've been in the penalty since almost 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Right now, Malabon is really capitalizing on those free throws. This is free throws number 19 and 20 now in the first half only. Diba? And they've made 13 free throws so far. So that's what's keeping them in the ballgame despite the obvious advantages that Mindoro has in terms of rebounding and turnovers. So, you know, if you're Mindoro, you have to be a little more disciplined with your defense. I know they're forcing a lot of turnovers, but that same defense is keeping your opponent in the game.
Yung trade-off, no? That, yes, you are forcing turnovers, and the turnover story nga natin, 13 turnovers against just 5 sa Mindoro. But at the same time, sabi mo nga, imbis na makabitaw ka ng tuluyan, yun din yung mga fouls that you're giving up and too much pressure is causing free throws. And for Malabon, you are making those free throws shooting at a decent clip. 12 of 18 from the free throw line. 18 free throws in the first half. That's really, you know, a lot. Yep. It's another turnover here para sa Malabon. Go ahead to Asi Alvarez, attacking strong, extending this lead now to 9, matching their biggest lead in this ball game so far. Tingnan mo naman yung conscious effort in trying to check itong si Messina. 2 Mindoro players sumasalubong sa kanya. Unfortunately, another foul na ibigay nila dito.
Isipin mo yun, double team ka kagad, half court pa lang. But he's too quick for that trap. Trapin sana siya dun sa may half court line. But Messina, very aware of the trap, able to manage or wiggle out of it and draw a foul.
Mav Messina, couple of free throws for him. It's the lone double-digit scorer in the ball game so far with 14. Make that 15 now. So yung firepower talaga din nito ni Mav Messina. Sabi mo nga, hindi lumabas sa radar natin. Gawa ng he hasn't played a lot of games for Malabon. But whenever he is on that floor for Fisher Mall, talagang ramdam yung kanyang presence.
Ramdam talaga because he's doing everything para sa Malabon. He's rebounding, playing defense, playmaking, and scoring. So do everything forward itong si Mav Messina for Malabon.
And look at that, taking on everybody in Mindoro. Getting an end one. Foul counted nga para dito kay Mav Messina. Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Got the rebound, siya na nagbaba. Siya na tumapos.
5 yung bantay niya dun. 5 yung inikutan niya.
Mav Messina, guys.
Ako na bahala, guys. I got you.
Finishing that 3-point play for good measure. As time will run out, if this goes, even if it doesn't count. Ganun kainit si Mav Messina. Sa ating first half, he will finish with 18 points. Cutting this Mindoro lead to 44-40, heading into the last 20 minutes of action as we take a look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. This is John Carl Canapi with that beautiful floater, keeping Mindoro in this advantage. Back with the second half in just a few.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Junior, MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior,
It's a few minutes before we resume our second half of action, the matchup between Malabon and Mindoro. We'll look at some highlights in that first half of action. Mindoro nga, trailed by 5 at the end of the first, but found their offense in the second, now leading by 4, 44-40, heading into the second half. But it has been Messina para dito sa Malabon, and a bit of a surprise, I would say, dito para sa Mindoro, Coach Mark, dahil Adi Alvarez is their leading scorer despite Hilot and Canapi being their leading scorers for their team.
Well, you know, pinag-usapan naman natin kanina, Jaime, with Canapi coming off the bench versus him starting the game. It's really a difference, especially sa mga bata na they really can't get the rhythm as quick as maybe the older players. So Canapi really took his time to find his rhythm. But they do have, well, Hilot has 9 points, Canapi has 8. Pero ang problema, nagbigay sila ng 18 points dito kay Messina. So, and the problem now for Mindoro is keeping those fouls down because they fouled almost 16 times in the first half and they have given up 20 free throw attempts. Sorry, that's 23 free throw attempts for Malabon, which they've converted at a decent rate, 16 out of 23. So that is why this game is close at 44-40.
Ito na nga, Hilot at Canapi. Pinagsabay na dito in our third quarter. Tries for another 3 is Canapi. That rattles out. Still can't get a 3-pointer itong si Canapi so far. Malabon will lose that basketball, make that turnover number 15 para sa Fisher Mall.
Yun naman ang Achilles heel ngayon ng Malabon. They've turned the ball over 15 times. That's 15 extra possessions na magagamit sa nila to take could have had the lead now kung nakalahati lang nila yung turnovers nila.
As Hilot gets that layup to go. Now in double digits with 11.
Mindoro now switching to a 1-3-1 zone. Something they haven't done in that first half.
Garcia. Nice baseline, Jay. naman yung galaw na yun for a 14 under player. That body control to square up and hit that basket.
That's a very tough shot, tulad na sinabi mo. Especially para sa mga bata na hindi pa kalakasan yung katawan.
As we see once again, Adi Alvarez adding to his total. 12 now. Sabi mo nga, Adi Alvarez is not your usual top scorer para sa Mindoro, pero yung kanyang output has given maybe some allowance for Canapi and Hilot to get their rhythm. Tapos pag uminit na nga rin tong kanilang players, that's Mindoro is gonna be very difficult to stop.
Well, that's one thing. But on the other end, they need to do something about Messina, who's really absolutely torching their defense. Kahit 1-on-5, as you saw kanina. Towards the end of the first half, walang problema for Mav Messina to finish over those 5 guys from Mindoro.
Sa block inside, Hilot foiled on those 2 attempts. Mav Messina nga, no? Pinagpahinga muna dito ni Coach Froilan. I'm sure Mav Messina would get back into action and add to his 18-point tally. Meantime, punta muna tayo kay Flo for a report. Flo?
I am proud of my players. Yan nga ang panimula sa akin ni Head Coach Eugene Ocampo ng Mindoro when we talked about their big feat of beating Quezon City last game. However, no days off para kay Coach Eugene dahil ang sistema raw nila dumodoble ang hirap ng training kapag galing sila sa panalo. So he can encourage his players to surpass their limits. Hi, man, Coach Mark.
Dumodoble ang hirap pag galing sa panalo. That's an interesting parang, I guess, practice after mo makakuha ng win. Usually, bibigay ka ng day off or I don't know, parang a bit of an incentive for players to get a victory. Pero dito, mukhang if you wanna win, you wanna stay on top. Meantime, sabi natin, difficult yung move kanina ni Garcia. Make that an even more difficult attempt. Canapi no look pass, that won't go. Just going back to that point nga, Coach Mark, you know, off a win, mas dumidiin pa daw sa practice.
Oh, tama naman si Coach kasi you're one of the top teams dito sa 1400 division natin. And syempre, ayaw mo maging kampante yung mga players mo. So you have to make sure that their heads are not in the clouds. So far kasi they've been playing very well this season and you want to keep them sharp as they progress to the playoffs.
Yung mindset na yan na kung bubuin mo, might as well start now. And itong ang Mindoro is just 2 games away from the end of their elimination round. And may incentive pa sila dito. They can finish top of the standings if they would be able to string the 2 victories sa kanilang last 2 games. Antipolo is atop the 14 under division sa ating north of junior MPBL. So, siyempre, iba rin yung feeling pag nandiyan ka sa taas and maybe mas favorable yung matchup heading into the playoffs.
They're only half a game behind itong Antipolo. Antipolo at 7-2 and Mindoro 6-2. So a victory here ties them with Antipolo for number 1.
We saw once again Hilot. Itong third quarter has been good for him. 13 so far para sa kanya. Jumper will miss para sa Malabon. Ahead once again is Hilot. Back-to-back baskets para kay Leodel Hilot. Extending this lead back to 9. 54-45. Baliktaran tayo dito in the third quarter. Hanging in the air. And will get the basket to go is Navera. But Navera fairly quiet for Malabon. They need more of him and his production to have a chance in this ball game. Adi Alvarez off the glass, won't go. Another chance, make sure this time.
No, the Alvarez combination has been very good for Mindoro, especially na hindi pa ganun ka madiin yung laro ni Canapi. So that second scorer has been one of the Alvarezes for Mindoro, and obviously with Hilot leading the way.
It's a block by Gatchalian, but foul will be called. Another set of free throws coming up for Malabon. Earlier, we had a look at Asi Alvarez naman, the brother of Adi Alvarez, the twin brother, smiling after that basket ng kanyang kapatid. Timeout muna dito ang Malabon. Magbabalik tayo with more third quarter action.
In basketball, Victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Nandito tayo sa panig ng Mindoro Decena Foundation kung saan sinamahan ako muli ng kanilang assistant coach na si Coach Kim Gonzalez. Good morning, Coach. Coach, alam naman natin na ang mga bata mo sa second half lagi yan nagpapasabog. So ano po bang payo nyo nila, Coach Eugene, upang makalayo po sila ng lamang dito sa kalaban?
Siguro tuloy pa rin namin yung game plan namin is depensa talaga kami yung pinapokus namin. Siguro may effect sa amin yung pag may laro kami ng umaga. Siguro di ko alam kung bakit. Sana makapag-adjust pa kami, makalayo kami sa second half.
Maraming salamat, Coach Kim. At alam ko pong marami rin nag-aabang sa iyo sa ating mga viewers. Kaya gusto niyo po ba silang i-shoutout?
Kaya binabati po namin si Boss JR Decena Foundation, Bioscopic Diagnostic, si Atty. Madriaga, si Boss Jason Olivares, si Coach Eugene Ocampo, si Coach Tim Talastas na wala ngayon, di namin kasama ngayon. Sa aking girlfriend ko na lagi nakasuporta. Yun lang.
Maraming salamat, Coach Kim, at good luck po sa inyong team. At salamat din sa Apex Gaming 88 for bringing out the sheer fun in gaming dahil pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit lamang ang iyong phone. Gaming is for 21 above only and parental supervision is advised. Hi, man, Coach Mark.
Thank you, Flo. And yun nga, Mindoro, so far mas dinidiinan nila dito. Second half nga daw, nagigising. As morning games, hindi ganun ka-favorable dito sa Mindoro ayon kay Coach. That's might be one of the reasons they had that slow first quarter. But offense and defense has been picking up here for Mindoro in the second half. Leading by 8 so far, 56-48.
So essentially, sinasabi ni Coach na medyo diesel sila pag umaga, no? Matagal mag-warm up. Pero maaga naman natin sila nakita dito, di ba? Mga 6 a.m. pa lang, nag-warm up na yung mga boys from Mindoro.
That's yun yung pangontra mo naman, no? Agahan mo na lang yung pawis from the warm-up would be where you can maybe get a good start. As Hilot would miss, but Villano there to clean it up. Pero Magnimintes, he will go to the line though for 2. You were mentioning kanina, Coach Mark, pre-game, no? Yung points in the paint dito for Mindoro has been key in their last victory and on average across the 14 under division sa ating North Division. Look at this discrepancy that we're looking at. 48-22 in favor of the Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados.
As we said earlier in the broadcast, Jaime, Mindoro is number 1. Hindi lang sa North, pati sa South Division. And overall, at all the teams, they're number 1 in points in the paint at 54.3. So they're at 50 points. Third quarter pa lang tayo, makukuha na nila yung average nila. But despite that, Malabon is still there. They're only down 8 points because of guys like Messina and the rest of Malabon contributing. And, defensively, medyo lacking talaga itong Mindoro. As I say that, what a shot by Adi Alvarez.
Dumaan pa ng simbahan sa Antipolo to si Adi Alvarez kanina. That was literally a prayer answered, but that's how yung laro niya talaga has been going well in this ball game in particular. Yeah, that was his 16th point of the ball game. As Hilot, masusundutan from the back. Navera finds himself all alone. Yun nga, sabi mo nga, Coach Mark, no? Malabon and staying right there. Hindi nila hinahayaang makabitaw itong Mindoro, putting themselves in a position that maybe in the fourth quarter. But still, as I say that, De La Trinidad putting this lead now to double digits, back to 11. I believe their biggest lead in the ball game so far. Attacking the hoop strong. Won't go, but Mav Messina there will miss inside. Tapikan, De La Trinidad recovers.
That's only the second made three-point shot for Mindoro. They're actually number 10 in terms of three-point field goal percentage at 22.5%. It's not that high, but that means they can still make their 3-point shots, and hasn't been there for them today.
I guess if you are leading in points in the paint sa liga,
Iba yung priority mo eh.
Ibang-iba yung priority. As a foiled once again was Villano rather. But his resilience will result to 2 more free throws.
Nakita mo naman talaga, they're really pounding the ball inside, talking about Mindoro. Very determined to get those points inside. Villano was blocked twice but never gave up on it.
If you're looking at itong Malabon din kasi, Coach Mark, parang, well, compared to the other teams that we have seen dito sa 14 under tournament na may legitimate sila na big that is kind of a rim protector like a Rudy Gobert-ish na player that may make it a lot more difficult na mapaisip itong mga umaatake ng mga taga Mindoro. As De La Trinidad scoring on that 3-pointer earlier. Inside stab naman. Mav Messina. Pass unable to be contained there by his teammate Cyrus Biñas. Medyo passive dito si Mav Messina, Coach Mark.
Kung si Coach Forlan, you'd rather see Messina retake that shot. It was open off the sidestep. And going back to dito sa Mindoro, checking the stats, they're actually number 1 in the league in 3-point field goals attempted. And number 2 in 3-point field goals made. Hindi ganun kataas yung porsyento, pero they're top 2 in both categories. So that's one of their weapons talaga. And aside from points in the paint.
Adi Alvarez getting closer now to 20 points. 18 so far, leading his team. 15-point advantage now para sa Mindoro. So they have broken away in this third quarter as Bagyon will lose it. But Mindoro will keep it with the last 46 seconds of this third quarter.
Ito talaga yung naging problema ng Malabon, especially in that first half. No? Medyo bumitaw yung Mindoro. Their second unit and some of their subs, they haven't been as top quality as their starters. Malaki yung dip in performance. That's why sinasabay ni Coach Froilan itong si Messina with his second unit to give their second unit some scoring punch. But the problem is, Messina cannot do it alone.
Yeah, Messina still at 18 points. He finished the first half with 18. So tong third quarter, talagang medyo umalat or maybe na-check din siya ng depensa nitong Mindoro. A lot more focus on him. He's been trying to look for his teammates. As you said, we need to find more offensive options dito for Malabon. Nakabante na nga ng 15 dito ang Mindoro in the third quarter. It's 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass almost stolen. Go to Bagyon. Nice fake. Stepping back for 3. That's short. Trying to save the ball was Adi Alvarez. And Adi Alvarez all over the court.
Oh, he's been the guy for Mindoro so far. Him and Hilot have carried the scoring load in the absence of Canapi.
Si Adi Alvarez nga. That 3-pointer would miss. 18 points so far para kay Adi Alvarez, averaging just 6 in the tournament so far. A breakout game para sa kanya as we look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. This was the steal coming from Garcia, hanging in the air, getting that bucket for our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Back with the last 10 minutes in just a few.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino.
Back with the last 10 minutes of action, Mindoro and Malabon in our first matchup of this 9-game slate that we have today. As Mindoro will open up the scoring for our fourth quarter, extending this lead now to 17. Another steal here. Kabog naman ang makaka-layup.
Again, the second unit of itong Malabon really struggled against the pressure brought on by Mindoro. And one of the key things that Mindoro did to really break away Jaime nung third quarter is lessen their fouls. Di sila na penalty nung third quarter. They only had 3 team fouls. So, again, pinag-usapan natin kanina nung first half. They gave up a lot of fouls, which resulted in a lot more free throws para sa Malabon. And that's what they did differently nung third quarter. They played great defense without fouling. Hence, they got more turnovers and then the bigger lead.
Kakasabi lang natin. Cabo giving up that
The bate.
foul. Early foul in the fourth quarter. Great point, Coach Mark. Dahil yun nga, 23 free throws that was shot by Malabon in that first half. Kept them in it. And it was just a 4-point lead heading into the second half para sa Mindoro. They were able to convert 16 of those 23 free throws in the first half dahil nga penalty for both quarters itong Mindoro. So nung nagtipid sila, naging mas disiplinado sila. Total, they are the junior disiplinados. Dun sila nakaalagwa.
And they only gave up 4 free throws ng third quarter. Kasi nga, sabi natin, 23 sila ng first half. Malabon at 27 sa ngayon. So that's a better job by Mindoro without, playing great defense without fouling.
Now try to extend this lead to 20-point advantage and another basket underneath for Mindoro.
And that's another thing Malabon was doing well. They kept up with Mindoro rebounding-wise. They were only down by 3 rebounds in the first half. Right now, you're looking at the statistics. Mindoro with a huge advantage now, rebounding 49-31. Really, a lot of things that Malabon was doing very well in the first half, abandoned them here in the second half. Kaya down na sila ng 21 points.
Talagang polar opposite with their performance dun sa first half. Itong Malabon Fisher Mall. As Canapi gets that basket to go. Marami-rami pang habulin dito ni John Carl Canapi. Just 11 points so far. And I say just because this guy is averaging 25 points in the tournament so far.
As you said, madami siyang katulong today. Not only, syempre, andyan si Leo Hilot, who's also number 4 in scoring in our tournament. But Adi Alvarez is playing bananas right now. As he said, 6 points per game lang ang average. Sa 18 na siya ngayon. Triple his scoring. And the hard bump. Nagsabitan lang ata ng paa on the help. But thankfully, everybody's okay. Adi Alvarez in the running for best player of the game so far.
Great audition piece so far in the first 3 quarters para dito kay Adi Alvarez. And not just doing it in the scoring column. So we look at this replay. Some inadvertent contact. Unfortunately, napatid itong si Dionson in that instance. But as we've seen a lot of times in these kids, pinapagpag lang.
Naalala ko pa. Nung kaya ko pa magpagpag ng ganyan.
Ngayon, pag pinagpag mo, mas lalong
Lalong masakit. Yung mga ganyang bagsak, siguro 1 linggong masakit yung hip ko dun. Hindi ako makakalakad na maayos.
May paglalagyan tayo kung tayo yung bumagsak ng ganun. But yeah, I do miss the days na I can immediately go back up after falling in that manner.
Magkamali ka lang ng gising.
Mararamdaman na sa kasukasuan mo. Well, up to you guys to guess ilang taon na po kami ni Coach Mark. We'll just leave it at that.
Pag naramdaman nyo yun, nararamdaman namin. Malamang magkaedad tayo.
This is now a 23-point lead here para sa Mindoro. As Cabog finds his way in the lane. Add another point in the paint para dito sa Mindoro, piling it on against Malabon.
Cabog doing great job as well, contributing to the team. But kanina ko pa napapansin na natatanggal yung sapatos niya. This is probably the 4th time na kailangan niya itali yung sapatos niya uli after making a move. Ganun siya kabilis, Jaime. Naiiwan pati sapatos. Hindi lang depensa.
Hindi nakasabay yung sapatos yung sisihin natin doon, Coach Mark. Hindi siya makasabay kay Cabog eh.
Ganun kabilis ito si Cabog pag umaatake.
So we see Madrid on the line here para sa Malabon Fisher Mall. So Coach Froilan trying to find some players that may be able to give that spark dito sa very absent offense of Malabon Fishermall, especially in the second half. Yeah, Mav Messina has been contained. Navera also, hindi natin masyadong ramdam dito. So, naghahanap nga ng ibang players dito si Coach Froilan. And both of those players sitting at this time. This is a 23-point advantage now. Villano attacking the hoop. Gets fouled.
Oh, there are some athletes here dito para sa Mindoro. Not only Cabog, but itong si Villar. Straight downhill, almost touching the rim on that attack. Are you kidding me? 14 under. We got some athletes here. Di lang ata si Canapi nagpa-plyometrics.
Mukhang may na-influensya nitong si John Carl Canapi ng kanyang workout routine. But good to see that these young players are in their own personal time are also training outside of the practice that their teams are doing dahil kailangan talaga yan at even when no one is watching, you're putting in time, you're putting in effort in order to develop your game. Kausap mo nga si Navera kanina, the marquee player here for Malabon. And sabi niya, binigyan daw siya ni Coach Froilan ng isang program that he can practice even when he's alone. Tas inuulit-ulit lang daw niya yan, yung mga dribbling drills, you know, shooting drills. And every morning, ginagawa daw niya. So, that's, and Froilan Bag yun, yung nagbigay sa inyo ng program. Sigurado ako, kailangan mo sundin yan.
And you know, not kidding aside, Froilan Bagyon was one of the best point guards of his time sa UAAP. Remember, he led NU to its first Final Four appearance in the modern UAAP era, alongside guys like Coach Jeff Napa, Archin Kayabyab, and the likes. That's a very fun
Ray
NU team to
Mendoza,
watch.
I believe, was there big during that time. Again,
Against ang nakalaban na dun, yung DLSU na Mike Cortez, Mark Cardona, di biro yung ginawa nila to get to the Final Four in that era. Very physical era for the UAAP.
wouldn't want to sound like historians, pero again, kayo na pong maghusga kung bakit pamilyar kami dyan sa college scene during Coach Froilan Bagyon's time. Couple of free throws here para kay Santos. But still a 24-point advantage being enjoyed here by the Desena Foundation Junior Disciplinados of Mindoro. Hilot. Looks for Canapi for three. Still can't get it to go down. Sa loose ball foul will be whistled against Mindoro. And ito na nga, kakasabi mo lang, Coach Mark, na naging disiplinado sila nung third quarter.
1 quarter lang daw.
1 quarter. Masyado ko naman, Coach Mark. Binigyan ka na namin ng isang quarter. Gusto mo pa buong game. Right? Penalty na nga dito ang Mindoro with still 6:38 remaining in our fourth. As we find on the line, Jens Ezekiel Maglikayan for the Malabon Fishermall. One of the players, no, just going back dito kay Coach Froilan Bagyon. This is Bagyon basketball that you would see in their jerseys dito sa Malabon Fishermall. And, you know, sharing yung kanyang experience, yung kanyang knowledge as a player that played at the highest level of basketball dito. And sabi mo nga kanina, played internationally even. So these young kids and the luxury that they have to, you know, pick the brains of Froilan Bagyon in trying to grow their own careers. No? Talagang napakagandang makita.
Especially if you're a young player, di ba? You have a guy like Coach Froilan Bagyon trying to teach you stuff. Makikinig ka talaga. No, not only is he, again, one of the best UAP point guards, but also one of the top 20 players ng ASEAN Basketball League. He was named one of the top 20 players ng ASEAN Basketball League. That's an international tournament. So again, the wealth of experience Coach Froilan can give his young players is immeasurable. Not only dito sa mga laro, but as they all grow up in his program.
As a three-pointer converted dito by Mindoro. But Johnson giving up another foul. Another 2 free throws here para kay Santos. So we see Adi Alvarez back in this ball game. He would like to build on this great performance he has put up so far para sa junior disciplinados. Still leading the team in scoring at 18. Matching itong output nga ni Mav Messina for Malabon Fisher Mall. As Santos gets a couple of free throws. He is also in double digits with 10. Scoring-wise, no, talagang, I mean, meron din namang ibang weapons tong Malabon, Coach Mark. But I guess the firepower of Mindoro and the depth, even their bench scoring, talagang evident dito sa kanilang matchup. I know Kanapi did come off the bench, but we're looking at 51 points now para sa bench players nitong Mindoro.
Again, Malabon really gave the strength of Mindoro to them. Points in the paint, bench points, and the points per game overall. Nasa 84 na itong Mindoro with 5 minutes left, and they average 82 points per game. So that's not a recipe for success if you're Malabon.
Hilot, sobrahan sa Hilot in that layup. Less than halfway in our last quarter, 84-60. Rattles out on that J was Santos. Garcia, rather. The foul will be given up here by Malabon. Just their second team foul. So ito naman, sila naman ang, I would say, matipid when it comes to fouls.
Kaso hindi sila matipid pagdating sa turnovers.
Yep. I guess that's also credit dito sa depensa na meron na ginawa nitong Mindoro. Adi Alvarez still attacking. Mindset naman ng mga batang to, no? Si Alvarez naman, fading away, won't go. Diving for that basketball. Si Alvarez once again hangs in the air. Hindi mo pinahiya yung napakagandang save ni Santos, itong Mindoro. And if I won't look at the score, Coach Mark, in just that scenario, itong last play lang, I would say sila pa yung tambak dito ng 26. Inauubusan talaga ng energy itong mga batang to. Sabi mo, they only know how, I mean, one way, and that's to play hard. And despite the score, Hilot making up for that boo-boo kanina. And now a 28-point advantage para sa Mindoro, 88-60. Back with the last 3 and 53 dito sa ating junior MPBL.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Last 3 and 50 of this ball game of that timeout. Another turnover para sa Malabon and another points of that turnover for Mindoro as Kanapi gets that basket. Talagang hindi pa rin tumigil itong Mindoro in piling up those points. And that power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Kondisyon din talaga itong mga batang to. Probably went to a pound for pound, gym the past few days.
Baka dun sila nag-plyometrics.
May plyometrics po dyan. If gusto mong magpakondisyon, do go to a pound for pound branch near you. As Kanapi gets another one. So nakakahabol na siya slowly to his average. He has 18 so far.
Tinitignan ko tong release ni Kanapi from the outside. He's been struggling a lot. It looks like very, naalala niya, parang release ni Sean Marion. Mabilis, doesn't really extend much. Medyo mabraso yung tira. But, if he masters that that outside shot, if he gets, a decent set shot muna as he grows up, He can be really a great offensive weapon for whatever team he's gonna play for. Kasi obviously, lakas umatake ng bata, very strong for his age. But the shooting needs some work.
So, Kanapi, some areas for improvement. But the fundamentals, no, nakikita naman na natin that he has that build, conditioning, right? But maybe the shooting, he has a lot more years to work on that as Asi Alvarez. Talagang di magpapapigil dito. 20 points now for Adi Alvarez. He comes up with a steal. He goes to Cabog. Chalk up on a dime para dito kay Adi Alvarez. 96-60 now. Another timeout called. We'll be back with more junior MPBL.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino.
Back with the last 2 minutes and 52 seconds of this fourth quarter. Matchup ng Mindoro at Malabon for the 14 under division. Dito pa rin tayo sa Ynares Center in Antipolo. Just the first of 9 games natin sa inyo ng junior MPBL ngayong araw. Mahaba-haba pa po ang junior MPBL na meron tayo today. These two teams would be figuring in a 16 and 18 under matchup pa immediately after. Later this afternoon, it would be the hometown Antipolo going up against Marikina. And we will end our day with Quezon City going up against one of the top teams as well in our division na Mandaluyong.
Magkapit-bahay pala yung games natin mamaya, no? Antipolo, Marikina.
The hold will be called here against Mindoro. And you know what that means? That would be another set of free throws para sa Malabon. So I guess this is something that they can take away from this ball game. They have shot it decently from the charity stripe. Itong Malabon Fisher Mall. So outside of the free throw area, the offense has really been, parang drought talaga sila at the beginning of our second half.
Not only that, they shot it. This is going to be free throw number 39 for Malabon. But the percentages went down in the second half. They were shooting almost 70% in the first half. They missed only 5. But at the same time, turnovers and the rebounding really abandoned them dito sa second half. That's why Mindoro capitalized on that, attacking the hoop, getting to the paint. You check their points in the paint again. They're now up to 76 points in the paint out of their 96.
As Asi Alvarez really giving us everything in this ball game. Binigyan niya tayo ng attacks to the basket, a mid-range jumper, and now a long-range jumper to close out ang kanyang beautiful performance. As Asi Alvarez that time will miss. Villano gives another 2 para sa Mindoro, breaking the century mark for the junior disciplinados.
Quite the game for Adi Alvarez, showing the skill set, not only inside but outside, and showing his team na if you guys need a third scorer, dito lang ako. And that's going to be big for Mindoro moving forward to our playoffs. Kasi, syempre, mag-iiba yung laro pagdating natin playoffs. You're gonna, all the games count now. And you're going to be up against better competition, syempre. So this is a good development for Coach Eugene and the rest of the Mindoro disciplinados.
I guess maybe one of the reasons kung bakit Adi Alvarez still on the floor. Talagang building his confidence because they would need that third scorer. Sabi mga Coach Mark, as we head into the tighter ball games, I would say. A few games away na lang po at playoffs na tayo dito sa ating junior MPBL. So we have a play-in. Team number 7 and 8 will play against each other. Winner will be the 7th seed. So similar po ito sa ating NBA setup. And then yung matatalo po doon will go up against the winner of the 9th and 10th place of that division. And only one team will be dropped. Yung 11th at the end of our elimination will unfortunately no longer be joining us sa ating playoff brackets. And then best of 3 beginning the quarterfinals, heading into the Junior MPBL Finals. Itong Mindoro nga will be moving to 7 and 2. Samantalang Malabon might just see themselves in the play-in with this impending loss. They would slide to 3 and 6.
3 and 5.
3 and 5 rather. Yeah.
Now with Mindoro tying Antipolo at top of the standings, but Antipolo does have the tiebreaker, given a winner over the other tie. Antipolo beat Mindoro in their first ever game, 70-65. So Antipolo does have that advantage, but they still have a game each to play. So that's going to be very crucial for both teams who will secure the top slot.
Antipolo actually will play later this afternoon. So makakita nila yung resulta na to. I'm sure that would be an extra incentive for them to come up with this victory. And that would be the buzzer. Final score natin, 105-64. A 41-point win para sa Mindoro Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados. So look at once again our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. This was Cabog to Canapi. That earlier and one power move nga na binibigay sa atin parati ng pound for pound fitness. Canapi was short of his average, just finished with 18. Hilot also short of his average, just 17 para sa kanya. But it has been the Adi Alvarez show for Mindoro.
Well, Adi Alvarez showing the works, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, a block. Yung pinakita niya na, guys, andito din ako. Yeah? I can contribute. Decent average, just 6.7 rebounds per game as one of the main big men para sa Mindoro. But coach, this is a great development for Coach Eugene, finding that third scorer to support your top 2 guys in Canapi and Hilot.
Hindi mo nga masabi na off night para kay Canapi and Hilot. It's just that kind of a game for Adi Alvarez. While for Malabon, this is their second straight loss after building that 3-game win streak nga sa kanila. But Mav Messina, 18 points, but all in the first half. Sabi mo nga, na-abandon what worked for them in the first, heading into the second half. Ito nga, 41-point lead that Mindoro was able to build after just a 4-point advantage at the end of 2 quarters.
No, Malabon played very well in the first half. They actually had the lead after the first quarter, and they were in striking distance, down 4 points na sila at halftime, led by Mav Messina. But alas for them, nag-check si Mav Messina in the second half, leading to this victory for Mindoro.
Now we go to our Apex Gaming 8 player of the game with our Flo Delagua.
Kasama ko ang nangibabaw para sa kupunan ng Mindoro Decena Foundation, ang ating Apex Gaming 88 Player of the Game na si Adi Alvarez with 23 points. Congratulations, Adi. Adi, you had an especially difficult time in the first half. How did you fix that? That's why you won today.
We fixed our defense and we adjusted it to the line. And it was easier for us to adjust. And it made our coach very happy and that we adjusted very well. That's okay.
Thank you so much, Adi. Do you want to greet your supporters or our viewers?
Good morning. I would like to greet Summer Amaranto, my cousin, and my lolo, Baudilio Amaranto po. And kay Boss JR, thank you po for supporting us. And to my teammates po, that helped us to win the game and get that win po. And thank you for my family that supported me and that made me go here to Antipolo right now. And that's a good and it's a morning.
Thank you so much, Adi, and congratulations again. At maraming salamat sa mga sumubaybay sa laro na ito, and we have more in store for you. But here are Jaime and Coach Mark to conclude this game.
Thank you, Flo, and congratulations once again, Adi Alvarez, our Apex Gaming 88 Best Player of the Game. Several stars dito para sa Mindoro, but Adi Alvarez, what was the brightest one? Kanapi did get his output. Hilot as well. They are sitting atop the standings, extending their winning record to 7-2 now. Looking to stay at top sa ating North Division sa 14 Under tournament. Just the first of 9 games, and that's a wrap for the 14 Under matchup. 16 Under matchup between Malabon and Mindoro ang paparating. Magpapaalam lang kami saglit ni Coach Mark at Flo. We'll be back with more Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.